Respected and beloved channel families, I will give you the brief information of the hour. Stay with me. Don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon to get quick updates. TPLF sets up committee to negotiate with Ethiopian government. Posted on the 19th of July 2022, 7:43 a.m. The Tigray People's Liberation Front (TPLF) has set a committee that will now negotiate with the administration of Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed on what will end the conflict, which has left thousands of people dead and millions displaced, according to United Nations reports. Getachew Reda, the spokesperson of the faction which has been fighting with the Ethiopian National Defense Forces, ENDF, said the region is now upbeat and that the conflict will be amicably solved, adding that it's important for authorities to expedite the process. The Prosperity Party, which is the new outfit formed by Abiy Ahmed, is however of the opinion that any form of negotiation must be brokered by the African Union, which is responsible for peace and prosperity in the continent. The TPLF has voiced concerns about the proximity of the AU's envoy, former Nigerian President Olusegun Obasanjo, to Abiy, and said it wants any talks to be held under the auspices of Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta. We will be ready to send a delegation to Nairobi, and have established a team with high-ranking members, TPLF spokesman Getachew Reda told AFP, without offering further details. It would be very irresponsible for us to submit all negotiating processes to the O, he said, adding that any talks would have to involve Kenyatta, who has played an active role in peace efforts. TPLF and the government of Addis Ababa have been fighting since November 2020, when the former raided bases controlled by the latter in the northern region. The Eritrean troops are also accused of joining the war, with the UN calling for their immediate withdrawal. Earlier, TPLF had endorsed negotiations led by the outgoing president of Kenya Uhuru Kenyatta, who is claimed to have been neutral in the entire period the country has been having a conflict. The government of Ethiopia was also accused of cutting the supply of aid to the northern region. Afghanistan, Central African Republic, Ukraine. Evaldan looks at the wreckage of his home, which was destroyed during the earthquake on the 22nd of June in Paktika Province, Afghanistan. Daily Noon Briefing highlights the 19th of July 2022. Afghanistan. Yesterday, a 5.1 magnitude earthquake hit in the provinces of Khost and Paktika provinces in the country's east. Preliminary reports indicate that people have been injured, families displaced and houses damaged and destroyed, but we don't know the full extent of the damage due to limited communications on the ground. This latest earthquake's epicenter was just 3 kilometers from the June 22 earthquake. Today, the Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs deployed a team to the district of Spera in Khost province to assess the needs there, while our partners have deployed mobile health teams to several places. We also continue to respond to needs following the June 22 earthquake. To date, nearly 138,000 people have been reached with at least one form of assistance, including water and sanitation, food, health services, protection services and shelter. As of July 14, approximately $44 million has been pledged for the earthquake response, but we still need $66 million to help the 362,000 people in need. Central African Republic. The Emergency Relief Coordinator, Martin Griffiths, has allocated $15 million from the Central Emergency Response Fund to urgently help severely food insecure 200,000 people. The funds will go towards food aid, nutrition, health care, water, sanitation, hygiene and protection. Some 2.2 million people, or 36% of the population, in the country do not have enough to eat. Many of these people live in conflict-affected areas, where insecurity and displacement have reduced the area available for the cultivation of crops and hampered people's access to markets. The war in Ukraine is further aggravating the situation, with the prices of basic food items projected to increase up to 70% by August. Ukraine. The war, which will soon enter its 6th month, continues to claim civilian lives, causing widespread destruction and ever-increasing humanitarian need. Following the attack on Vinnytsia in central Ukraine, different parts of the country have witnessed attacks in recent days. We have unconfirmed reports that the July 15 attack on Dnipro, in the Dnipropetrovsk Oblast, which hosts many of the 6.3 million internally displaced people and is a transit hub for people fleeing from hard-hit areas, resulted in more than a dozen civilian casualties. Our partners on the ground have also shared reports of attacks in southern Odessa, eastern Donetsk and Kharkivska Oblast. Across Ukraine, the UN Human Rights Monitoring Mission has so far verified more than 11,800 civilian casualties, including more than 5,100 people killed, 346 of whom were children. The actual number of civilian casualties is feared to be much higher. The UN is extremely concerned about the growing number of reports of indiscriminate attacks affecting civilians. The parties to the conflict must comply with their obligations under international humanitarian law to protect civilians and civilian infrastructure in Ukraine.
Thank you for being with me. I'm done. Please don't forget to subscribe to receive the latest information.